Bruce Outridge, for those of you who don't know me. Anyway, listen, I thought I would talk to you guys about the new television show. So if you've been following me for any length of time, you will know that starting in September, there's going to be a new show. It's on community television. So if you're in Halton area here, then it is going to be on community television for Cogeco. So if you've been following me for a while, you know I've been putting out little snippets like the title and all of that. So I just thought I'd give you an overview. We are starting to tape this month. So I've met with my producer James Spalding. Hi, James, if you're on. And just letting you know about what the show's going to be. We are starting to tape, and I'm going to need your guys' help. But before I get to that, let me show you guys what we're talking about. Hi, everybody. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Matt. How you guys doing? Thanks for being on. So here's what the show's all about. The show is called Inspiring Youth. And I'll tell you how I got to this part of the show. I was at an event with one of the producers at Cogeco. I didn't know him. He happened to sit at my table. And after I did the keynote speech, he said, you'd be great to be on television. And I said, well, you know, really, I'm a radio guy. Like, with a face like this, you got to be on radio. So I said, you know what? Hey, Matt, how you doing? So I said, you know what? This would be a perfect, he said, you'd be really good at it. So I thought about it, and I said, you know what? The perfect show would be about youth. After all, the event we started with was at a youth event for careers, right, for high school students. Everybody was there for it. I'm all about inspiring youth, and I thought this would be a great, great show to do it. So I met with Stu, who's the producer that I met with, and he said, yeah, it's a go. And I met with James Spalding, who's going to be the actual producer for this particular show, and I'm all excited. So we've got the name. It's called Inspiring Youth. You will see, I will add it to this post, but you'll see the logo that I've done for the show, so that's already a go. So we are starting to tape. So you're going to see James and myself out and about on a weekly basis doing interviews and stuff. Now here's the problem. If you are not in Halton, if you are not in Oakville, Burlington, Waterdown, any of those areas here, you may not get the show on your television set. But you can still see it, because here's what we're going to do. James and I plan on using social media to show you a lot of the background process of this and how it could. So you'll see snippets of the show as we're doing it. You may not see the whole show live. We're taping over the summer. So July and August is when we're taping. Starting in September, you'll start seeing the show. There's going to be, I think they do it on a 13 to 15 show schedule. So I'm taping on 15. Hi, Bob. How you doing? Nice to see you on. Hi, Nick. And we're going to be doing little snippets of it to show you as we tape, and then again when the show is airing. So you may only see a little bit of it if you're not in the Halton area. We haven't seen what time slot it's going to be in yet, but it is going to be a weekly show, so you will be able to see it. So here's where I can see your guys helping. I am looking for guests to be on the show. I have already done the lineup for the show. So the way a community show works is that the Cogeco has the community channel. They have all the equipment. They have the studio. They have everything else. I'm responsible for the content. So, because it's Inspiring Youth, I've got this going from two different directions. I want to interview youth that are inspiring the community. I've met some amazing youth. Any of you know David Vandenberg? And Bob, I know you're on. I'm not just saying that because you're on, but David is a real all-star in our community. He helps out with a lot of charities in the area. He's very involved with all aspects of it. And he was the guy that was actually the MC for the event that I met him at. And I thought, you know what, we've become fast friends there, and I think he's going to be perfect for one of the shows. In fact, I've actually asked him if he would be a co-host once in a while. So you may see him more than once depending on his schedule. But there's people like that out in the community. And you know, I'm an old guy, right? For those of you who are friends of mine, you know I'm 54 years of age and I'm getting older. And for a lot of us that are my age, we think the world is going to pot, right? That there's no saving it. And you know what? I'm meeting a lot of youth in the community, and I think we're going to be okay. They're great. So here's what I want to showcase them. So the whole show is going to be about showcasing them, but also bringing in people that I have a network of, entrepreneurs, musicians, all kinds of people that I already have that network that might be able to help those youth fast track that career even more. So I think it's going to be an exciting show. My producer, James Spalding, who's the producer for this show, also decided to add another piece to it. He says, I don't want to do just a studio show. He says, I want to get out there in the community. So you're going to see us traveling around. I don't know if we go in a Cogeco van. I don't even know if they have a Cogeco van. I'm sure they have one. But we're going to go around, and we are going to be going on location with some of these youth and actually seeing what they're doing in the community and how they're doing that. So that's what the whole show is about. How can you help me? If you know any youth, and they don't have to be in a business, they don't have to be, trend setting a career. It could be the person at McDonald's that gives you good customer service that you think would be a good fit for the show. I would like you to either comment or email or message me through Facebook or however you're there and have them contact me, or find a way for me to contact them and see if they'd like to be on the show. I'm looking for youth who are in sports, that maybe their drive is to be the next professional athlete. I'm looking for people like David who might be aspiring to be in the political arena. I'm looking for people who might be artists and wondering, they're very talented artists, and how can they make this a business? That might be something that's good. Classical musicians, somebody who's a musician and, not playing ukulele, but they can really play something. I would love to hear from them. I want people who are just excelling in their jobs. If any of you remember your first job, my first job was at A&W when I was like 14 years old. And there's kids that are doing that and they think that that's the end of the world for them, and they're just beginning and they're excelling, and they may not even understand that they're helping other youth. By having a job, you're showing other people that hard work is part of our culture. And so that's hopefully something. So if you know of any of these kind of people, maybe they're, sons, daughters, nephews, whatever, please feel free to contact me about that. Now, why am I the person to do the show? You may not know very much about me. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, Josh. You may not know much about me, and some people know me in different areas. You might know me as a caricature artist, or you might know me as the trucking guy. But what all of our businesses do is we like to inspire people. We help them connect through all of the different services we offer, and then I wanted to help people grow. That, if you go to bruceoutridge.com, that's my mission statement right there. So all of those things I'm trying to put into this program. So I'm super excited about it. I hope you guys are super excited about it. I think it's a great way of showcasing the youth, proving that we're not going to be in one of those decimal, places where the world is done tomorrow. There's enough people saying the world is done, and I got a feeling that the world's not done. But we need to showcase some of those kids being positive. We think they're all drug induced, and we know they're not. So help me help them by sharing the details of this show as we produce them. Every Tuesday, I'm going to do an update. And then if you know of anybody that would be a good fit for the show, I do have some people already lined up and working on it. If you know somebody else that you think would be great, it doesn't even matter if they can actually be on the show. If they're willing to send in their story or something, I can hopefully relate that on the show as well. So thank you very much for you guys for being on with me today. Happy Canada Day, happy U.S. holiday. If you're having Independence Day today, it's been a long weekend. I'm sure everybody's done everything they can, but I'm excited about this show. So every Tuesday, look for an update, and if you can help me with the show, all the better. I'm happy to have you. I will be putting in the lineup. I think next week, I'm just working out the actual lineup. So next week, I will update the actual lineup so you can see even more of who I'm looking for. But start putting your thinking caps on now. If you know some youth that are doing great things in our community, I want to hear about it. All right, my friends, take care. Have a great one. And all the best for the week. Bye for now.